hard to do it because I
music to Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross.
I don't have to record all day next week, all week. I mean, let's see.
Yeah, I'll just give it to me. We can't see anything. Have fun.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Check. Oh, hello. Oh. There we go. Hello. Wow, Luigi. I know. I can't grow a mustache and I can't have it on. It won't stay. Well, you know, I wish I could grow a mustache. I can't grow facial hair. I had to do a play once where it was the first onstage appearance of Ho Chi Minh, where if you know anything about history or anything like that, he was a pretty important figure. And he had a very long goatee. And they asked me, they go, okay, so the play's in like 6 months, do you think you could grow that out? I'm like, hell no. You're gonna have to make it. So they made it for me.
Did you have a fake beard for Star Trek too?
A fake beard for Star Trek Continues. Yes, I did. I could not grow that. If someone were like, we will give you $1 billion tax-free US dollars if you will grow a goatee, a manly goatee, I would never get that money. And that's what I'm telling you. It's a testament. You cannot be anything you want to be. Because I can't be a goateed Haberkorn. Anyway, so I want to thank you guys for being here. It's been a great day. I hope everyone has had a lovely time going around and taking pictures with wonderful cosplay and making new friends. I see it all the time at these conventions where people, like, they'll come up to the autograph line and they're buddies and like, oh, how have you guys known each other a long time? Like, no, we just met in the line. And so, it's pretty cool. Then they're married by Sunday and then divorced by the next year. But actually, does anyone know of relationships that they've gotten together and they've gotten married super quickly and they're still together?
No, yeah, still together.
Yeah? For real?
My parents.
How long have they been together total?
19 years.
No, do they like each other?
I think so.
Okay, good. What about you?
My friend's parents, they dated for about 3 months and he proposed and everything, and they're still together after I don't know how long.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure they like each other.
Very cool. Separate bedrooms, all that kind of stuff. No, sometimes it can work. Sometimes, hey, that's the thing. Is like there's no set. It's so funny. We as humans are always looking for structure. We like things symmetrical. We like it, but there's no structure to that game of love. It's not like you can get the strategy guide, the Super Smash Brothers strategy guide for love, and turn paper. But anyway, so yeah, sometimes it happens. How many people have met their boyfriend or girlfriend at a convention? Yeah? Oh my goodness. You have a... What's stranger than that?
I met my boyfriend playing Minecraft and we've been dating for over a year.
Where were you playing this Minecraft?
No, like, it's long distance. He lives in Montana. He came here and lived with me for the summer because my mom bought him a ticket for his graduation dinner.
Right on.
That's when I went back to school. He's going to try to come back and take me to my prom.
So did you, in the Minecraft, did you guys build, like, after that, like, romance-related things? Like, how did I build?
No, actually, because then he became obsessed with World of Tanks and Magic the Gathering.
Oh. If he loved you, he'd be obsessed with you.
Oh!
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
He hit a button.
This is his theme song. What's your theme song?
Angel with a Shotgun by the Cat.
Angel with a Hold on. Wait, you're saying it's Angel with a Shotgun?
Yeah, by the Cat.
Okay, hold on.
Can you poop in your pants?
My friend is this watch TV and work hour plus.
Angel with a shotgun by the cab. I'm a DJ. I'm a horrible DJ. Okay. I'm sorry. So, how's everyone like my lounge music? I don't know what that is, and I don't know where it's coming from, but I dig it.
Elevator music.
Yeah, it is elevator music.
Whoever's playing it.
Oh my.
Did it? I wonder if there is a band whose sole purpose is to just create elevator music. Yeah. I like it. It's groovy. Well, while we're doing this has inspired me actually. I want to read
I turn this way.
from a book. No. It's a different book. This is for the parents in the room.
Oh. Get out.
So, here we
Where is
go.
it?
So parents that are here,
Thank you.
thank you. I don't know what was going on
There's
there.
a button back there.
Yes, I don't leave on the button, hotel, elevator music.
Yeah. So this book. How many parents are here for they're checking out the panel? They didn't come yesterday. They're here for today. This is their first parental attendance. For today. You weren't here yesterday. How many parents were not here yesterday? So you guys came yesterday? Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. Where's some other? No. Okay. Okay. My parental finger's going crazy. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna read it from a book called F This Test. This book is written by a teacher who took all the horribly wrong answers that his students answered with on tests.
Yeah.
Hit those lights, somebody. So, name a key plot device in a comedy of manners. A person who does not say please and thank you. What aspects of a text would structuralist critics look at? The buildings. Give me an example of a purpose. They're quite like dolphins. Why are white peppered moths likely to be more common than black ones in country areas? Racism! Describe a neutrino, the opposite of an old trino. What is the unit calorie used to measure how much somebody will complain about their weight? Describe the purpose of cytoplasm. In Ghostbusters 2, it was used to make the Statue of Liberty come to life. I've never seen it used since. What is the symbol for iron? My mom does this. Supersaturated solution is water with extra water in it. That makes sense to me. That is. That syringe looks like it has an air bubble in it, so I wouldn't. That's probably pretty good. Why are catalytic converters fitted to cars? To make sure no cats get run over. What does a covalent bond involve? A secret friendship between nuns. Let's see. Give two similarities between an eye and a camera. Number one, the round bit. Number two, they both blink. Let's see. What is the disadvantage of using official statistics? You can't make things up. That's a big disadvantage. You just can't make it up. Outline the Oedipus complex. I could have used that one. Argue for one side of the nature versus nurture debate. I argue for this side. What assumptions did the developmental approach make? That you will develop mental problems eventually. That's true. Performing arts. Give an example of a sonata. What makes your example a sonata? Frank Sonata. He was born a sonata. What are the main features of Baroque music? It can't be fixed. That's a good one. What's a monologue? When one person won't shut up. Give an example of an effective use of staging, successfully building a stage. That's true. These are right answers, I'm telling you. History. Okay. What was the Truman Doctrine? A more trustworthy version of the Falseman Doctrine. That's true. What problem rocked the USSR in 1986? The Beatles! Let's see. Another name for the Roaring Twenties, the Shouting Post-Teen. What were the events leading up to the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? Someone didn't get any cards! Remember that when you go back to school. February is around the corner. You give those cards or you could wind up in a St. Valentine's Day Massacre. What is the Hippocratic Oath? An oath you don't intend to keep. What is meant by the term prehistoric? Before anyone cared enough to write it down. Oh, the Bronze Age collapse? Rust. That's what contributed to it. What was the Poor Law Act of 1388? It made illegal to be poor. Let's see. This is a tough one. Samuel gets $15 a week for doing his chores. His parents increased this by 2 on his 14th birthday. What does he get after this? A gambling problem. Oh, tetrahedron. That makes sense to me. What is meant by the term negative equity? A miserable horse. Poor baby. Looked like he's ripped out his own hair. Oh. What are plants that are able to store water called? Clever. Why can flooding be beneficial? If you're on fire. How much of the world's water is stored in the seas and oceans? A lot! That's true. I gotta say. What is it called when areas of coastline are allowed to erode and then flood naturally? Laziness. Let's see.
Also France.
Extra credit. What is OCR? A sort of yellowish color.
What?
Huh. Who plans strategies for... What? Oh, Hannibal. Oh, from the A-Team. Okay, I get it. That's for the parents. Okay. Name one factor that will increase sports participation. Increased sports. Let's see. Oh. Done. Okay.
Oh, hey. Yes.
All right, go and play with your brother, little Greg. I'll lay out the soda. Get there. You ever love somebody so much that it almost seems like you can't stand to be around them because you might die from affection poisoning? Hi, I'm Todd Haberkorn, the inspiration behind several products, such as the Todd Haberkorn Haberspray Cologne, the Team Haberkorn sponsored Todd Haberkorn Unicorn Horn Corn Cup, and also the new and improved Todd Haberkorn action figure. Correct. As many of you realize, Victor and I are swell friends in the convention circuit. But what people may not know is how much respect I have for him outside of his many, many, many convention appearances. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Victor's work. If anyone has more copies of DVDs of shows he's been in than I do, I'd love to meet him. For example, some of my favorite titles he's ever done are... Who's hungry? From being one of the first voice actors to work with the experimental phonograph in the 1800s to Dragon Ball Z, his roles are timeless. Some of my favorite roles he's done are... There's a lot. I text and call Victor all the time. In fact, why don't we call him right now? I'm coming for you. Victor and I, we play. Love. I'm gonna throw Victor's name in the hat for president. Of my heart. Now, Vic and I, we work together on a little web series called Star Trek Continues. Which I told you I would show you a little bit more about today. And what I'll do is I'll take you through one of our most recent episode, which was Mirror Mirror. And we, it's for those of you, like I said, for those of you that are fans of the original series, we revisit the original series and we continue the original 5-year mission because Star Trek was canceled after the 3rd season, so there's 2 more years left. We have the largest recreation of the original sets in the world. We have Chris Doohan, who is the original Scotty's son, as our Scotty. We have Grant Imahara as our Sulu, who was the host on Mythbusters. And he also built that robot thing on Craig Ferguson. The robot. We've had great guest stars for our 2nd episode. We had Lou Ferrigno, who got green again. He hadn't been green since he was old. For our 1st episode, we actually, for those of you that remember from the original series, if you're a big fan, Apollo was, there was an episode, Who Mourns for Adonis, and he was retired, and he actually came out of retirement to reprise his role in our 1st episode. Now just check this out. This is pretty cool.
Unlike the previous Star Trek Continuous episodes, this one takes place exclusively in the Mirror Universe, which is a fan favorite. It picks up where Mirror Mirror left off and shows what happened when Prime Kirk left and Mirror Kirk came back.
Going to the Mirror Universe and revisiting it and continuing literally shot for shot.
This episode, for me, is one of my personal favorites, and it's a fan favorite. So mind-blowing what they're doing with the story and the characters and the development.
The idea of an alternate reality was not really made popular in science fiction until this episode happened. People have no idea how iconic that episode is and how much it influenced science fiction and popular culture over the last 50 years. Even little things like a guy with a goatee is the evil version of yourself. That was established by Jerome Bixby in the original Mirror Mirror episode.
For this episode in particular, transitioning into having a goatee and a mustache is tricky. It's several $100s to find it, and it's custom cut. It's hand woven, and so it's very much like everything that is involved in this production. There's a lot of attention to detail.
We didn't want to light this just like any original series episode. We wanted to light it like Mirror Mirror. Mirror Mirror, the episode, was lit differently than a lot of the other episodes. It was lit darker. It was lit with slashes of light. Well, you've got the barn doors pretty closed off. Yeah, it's just a stripe down, you guys. And a lot of these scenes were shooting in the same sets, the same areas that characters were in Mirror Mirror. We needed to match that. So we screen capped Mirror Mirror, and we put it on our phones, and we looked through it, and as we're shooting, we're referencing the original episode. She was less in frame on our tape than she is here. Making sure that everything is exactly how it was and exactly lit how it was in the original episode.
Have him turn more toward me and open me up more here.
It's tricky. I've kind of started playing Spock, making him my own, but then when you revisit something like this, you kind of have to also keep in mind how Nimoy did it, really. But it's a total change of how Spock is, because now there's an edge, there's a coldness and almost an evil to it.
For Star Trek fans, that's the part that's interesting about this sort of part of the genre, part of the Mirror Mirror episode, is that you get to see these characters you know and love behaving in ways that you would never see them behaving.
Well, the Mirror Scotty differs in a way where he's just a little bit more gruff, a little bit more mean.
In the Mirror Universe, Yeoman Smith is now a lieutenant. So it's an interesting transition from this eager wanting to please Lieutenant Smith to being verbally abused by Kirk and not being able to please him. It's a fun transition.
Mirror Universe McCoy, it's kind of Mengele. He's kind of twisted and sadistic, which is fun because he's not. McCoy isn't at all, so it's fun to just sort of let that out, let that be part of his character.
Kirk Prime, before he leaves, really puts Spock on the spot and says, hey, You know this is coming. Are you just going to sit by and let it happen, or are you going to take action? It is a very kinetic episode where Spock is the aggressor, really.
One of the reasons that people respond to the Mirror Universe so much is because there is a fear that our world is closer to that and could become closer to that than we would like to admit.
Even people who haven't seen much of the original series have seen this episode.
It was an episode that ended leaving the audience wondering what happened next in the Mirror Universe. It's a story that every kid who grew up watching Star Trek pictured in their heads. And the wonderful thing about this is that we're telling that story. Want to see more Star Trek continues? Subscribe to the Wired channel.
So yeah, that was fun. And we actually we recreate the opening sequence before it goes off on our own. So this is just a little sample.
You're a man of integrity in both universes, Mr. Spock.
You must return to your universe. I must have my captain back. I shall operate the transporter. You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
By that time, I have something to say. How long before the Hulk prediction of galactic revolt is realized?
Approximately 240 years.
The inevitable outcome?
The Empire shall be overthrown, of course.
The illogic waste, Mr. Spock. The waste of lives, potential, resources, time. I submit to you that your empire is illogical because it cannot endure. I submit. You are illogical. To be a willing...
So we're referencing this scene as we're doing it. We're trying to get every little bit correct
to
here.
man that you be a part of it.
One man cannot summon the future.
But one man can change the present. Be the captain of this enterprise, Mr. Spock. Find a logical reason for sparing the Hawkins and make it stick. Push till it gives. You can defend yourself better than
Oh, we
any
did a good job with my hair. That's not a wig, by the way. They
Oh.
I have to. Yeah, that's my hair.
The man must also have the power.
A lot.
In my view, is a device that will make you invincible. Past or future.
Doesn't she look like Barbara Luna? That she. Vic just happened to find her in a store.
It is time. In every revolution, there's one man with a vision.
Captain Kirk, I shall consider it.
So yeah, that's. You guys want to see a little bit of the episode? Not the third one. This is our second one. I'll show you just a little bit, just so you can kind of see what it all looks like. So we're trying to get the lighting right and the camera angles, and so it looks just like you're watching the original series.
Rich to Captain Kirk. Rich to Captain Kirk.
Yes, Lieutenant.
We've received a distress signal from an unidentified vessel. Mr. Spock has requested your presence on the bridge.
I'll be right there. We'll continue this later. Laura, anything new?
Not yet, sir. Signal's automated. The live contact's been made.
Sulu?
The ship is coming into range now, Captain.
Now that is Daniel Logan on Vic's right. He was the kid Boba Fett in episodes 1 through 3.
the golf class driver. Australia? New Zealand, sir. Instant Tongaroa. I just transferred from the hood. Spent some time studying ship designs of different cultures.
Very good. There should be a crew.
Typically 3 or 4. 6 maximum.
Scanning now, Captain. I'm reading a single humanoid life form. Vital signs are erratic, life support systems are failing. Understood. I've overhead the sick bay standing by.
Aye, sir.
It may not be prudent to beam aboard an unknown life form, Captain. But you said vital signs were erratic. Yes, sir, I did. And life support systems failing? Yes, sir. Laura, send security to the transporter room. Transporter room.
Go ahead, sir.
Stand by, receive coordinates from Mr. Spock and beam the life from aboard. Mr. Spock, would you care to join me? Mr. Scott, you have the bridge. That was strange. Jinx, Captain. Jinx. It's something people used to shout when they said the same thing at the same time. Indeed. The life form could not be confirmed as Tellarite, but knowing the volatile nature of that species, I would recommend caution. Jinx, see? You've got it already. Crew. Security alert! We have an intruder aboard! Seal off deck 4, section 12A through F! Space, the final frontier.
Now, if there's one man that knows his tracks, that's Vic Mignogna.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Log stardate 6154.1. Due to a serious breach in transporter room protocol, the Enterprise has acquired an unexpected stowaway. We won't harm you. We're your friends. You're on the Federation Starship Enterprise. I'm Captain Kirk. It's all right. It's all right. He's our Chief of Security, Drake. He won't harm you either. Give me the knife. It's always best not to stab your friends. That could have gone smoother. Weaponry often complicates negotiations. What was an Orion slave girl doing on
So you'll have to check out more if you want to see. But that, I mean, it looks pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Vic did a good job, yeah.
Wait, what is this? Oh no, his face.
9, 11, 12. Get up, get up! You did what I did. That's exactly what I did. Is he okay?
Oh no. That was smart.
Hey, good save. That was a good save.
Oh no. Wait.
What could go wrong? Well, it was already, I mean, come on.
No. No. some water.
Get that pineapple. Oh, that's me. That's pretty good. That's my grandma. That's actually kind of how she dances. Well, not like that. Explosion.
It's okay. Stella, it's okay. Come on, be a big girl.
Oh no.
Oh, no helmet, nothing.
What?
Somebody go. What is that a cat? Maybe it's that guy's spirit animal.
This is how Connie dies.
Yeah, set it next to the bottle of liquor. Yeah. Just gone about his business.
Oh no.
Is that beer? Like, what is it?
Oh no.
What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Oh, what else is down here? Oh yeah, I did the ALS bucket challenge. I did that. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Looking for a little more time.
Oh, do you want to see that? Oh, everything wrong with Batman?
Just 2 items and get them delivered.
Okay.